Hello everyone, this is Tony Fabe from Manila, Philippines. It's Oscar season once again, and this coming week the Academy will be releasing their nominees for this year's Academy Awards. So this video will feature my guesses as to who the Academy voters will vote for. These are not my personal choices, these are who I think the Academy will vote for. So I want to do it because I want to know if my batting average is high or how close it will be to the actual list. So of course I'm aiming for 100%, but let's see. We'll know in a few days. The nominees I will pick will only be in the major categories. So let's start. The first one is for Best Adapted Screenplay. This award goes to the movie which has used previous material. So this year it's a very strong group. I'm excited who's going to win, who's going to be nominated. But my picks are The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes. The WGA voted for 4 of these films, but instead of The Two Popes, they voted for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I was the one who added The Two Popes. I think the movie has more gravitas compared to A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Anyway, let's see if my guess is correct. Next is Best Original Screenplay. This one is for the movie which uses original ideas. And again, it's a very, very strong group. The list I have is very similar to the WGA list, mainly because I think, the writers, although the composition in the Academy is much, much smaller, there is no other films which can probably break this list. No? So my choices for Best Original Screenplay, my guesses rather, are 1917, Booksmart, Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. Then we go to the acting categories, the more exciting ones. So it took me some time to really, each category, the competition is very strong. So, and there are so many things to weigh, when you decide which the Academy will vote, because although the SAG is a good barometer, once in a while they miss out on certain nominees, like last year. So let's start with Best Supporting Actress. We have Laura Dern for Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, Jennifer Lopez for The Hustlers, Margot Robbie for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Zhao Shuzhen for The Farewell. So if you notice, I added Zhao Shuzhen because for the past few years, the Academy has been adding non-Hollywood actors into the mix. Although I think Zhao is a Chinese American actor, but what I meant was they're adding more diversity. I think that's a better term. So let's see if Zhao really gets into the nominees this coming week. Then we go to the Best Supporting Actor, another very difficult category because the picks, it's so hard to decide. Even if I were the voter in the Academy, it would be very difficult to choose. But I think these 5 will be the ones the Academy will choose. So we have Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Song Kang-ho for Parasite, Al Pacino for The Irishman, Joe Pesci for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Then we go to Best Actress. This is the category which took me the longest to choose the top 5 because I was thinking that the Academy voters in the acting branch will be voting for diversity, and I hope so. But so let's see. So with the diversity quotient into the category, The most likely, my guesses would be Aquafina for The Farewell, Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Lupita Nyong'o for Us, and Renee Zellweger for Judy. Then we go to Best Actor. Here it was a bit easier to choose. Unfortunately, a very good actor, one of my favorites, was put off my list. Who, let's see, the Academy, because I'm sure the Academy loves him, but well, anyway, here are the five guesses that I have for Best Actor this year. Um, hmm. So we start with Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Taron Egerton for Rocketman, and Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. Best Director, yes, I also want diversity here, but it's tough. It's tough, you know. There's a DGA, which is this did not make it diverse. They chose very masculine movies this year, and I think it will again reflect in the Best Director category. Anyway, we'll see. This one I decided more on the masculine instead of making it diverse. But last year there were a few surprises. If you remember, Pavlikovsky was nominated in this category, so I expect a surprise. I want to be surprised. But for now, here are the picks I have for Best Director. My guesses: 1917, that would be Sam Mendes. The Irishman, Martin Scorsese. Joker, Todd Phillips. Parasite, Bong Joon-ho. And Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay, for Best Picture, I'm choosing 10 movies. The past few years it's always been 8. But I think the love will be spread this year. So I'm making it 10 to make sure I cover all the bases. Okay, so my choices for best. These are the movies which I think the Academy voters will vote for Best Picture. 1917, Ford versus Ferrari, Knives Out, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, Parasite, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So that's it, folks. Those are the movies I think the Oscar voters will honor this coming week. I'll make another video this coming week to see if how close my guesses were. I'm hoping for 100%, but let's see. This is the fun part. Let's see how great I am in picking the nominees. So see you again next week. Bye.